up and I found it and I said, well, he's going in the shop.
That's adorable. What's up, guys? We are on live here at Market at the Mill, and I'm going to be painting my Jaws painting for everybody to check out. So, taking it easy. It's Friday, about 11:30, and yeah, let's jump in and just get some paint on this canvas, get this thing kind of more fleshed out, right? Hey, girlie.
Are you doing live?
Yeah, it's all good though.
I was going to see if I could do it live on the show right here.
Yeah, if you want,
You don't
absolutely.
mind? When I come down to you, I'll just point to you.
Yeah, for sure. Got some new brushes, pumped on these. Got a really great tip. We'll see how long it lasts.
I'm relegated back to, but I tried. Ooh, nice.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's my tribute to Jaws for the 50th anniversary. So you'll have the disembodied hand over here, the bloody wrap from the Kidner victim, shark, boat, and then there's a stick for the dog that got eaten in the first scene as well. Just going right over top of it.
Wow. Now that I look at it, I couldn't tell. Well, are you filming yourself doing it?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
sorry.
all-
I don't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all good. There's like,
How many watchers? You doing it live?
yeah, there's nobody in there yet. I just turned it on, so
Oh, okay.
it takes a few minutes for it to brew.
Well, that's really cool.
Hey, thanks. I've been
Right.
meaning to get painted up here while we're spending time.
While you're here, and
Yeah.
also while people are, you know,
People are
it
walking
looks like you can
around.
focus very well. Here I am, talking.
That's okay.
You're still pretty focused.
Yeah. Oh, that's what friends are for. It's the best part.
Okay. Also, you, Melissa, if there's any. So I'm gonna do stuff.
It's already looking more on brand for Jaws, right? So we're working on the 50th anniversary. Oh, what's up, Alex? What's going on, guys? Hi, everybody. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Get into mirrors. Interesting. This is my tribute to Jaws. It's no, I didn't make the whole thing myself. I paint over paintings, and I turn them into horror themes. So this is like a Halloween one that I did, where I just added the certain elements over top, and the bugs and stuff. And yeah, it's all about upcycling and recycling the art into something new. So this is my Jaws tribute, flooding the water here by one of the first victims, Alex Kidner. And I found this painting at Goodwill, and I thought it was beautiful, so I really couldn't let it go to the way the landfill. But this is what I do. I kind of I try to keep the artwork in the style of the painting itself. So when you see like some of my other work, like this Godzilla, for instance, I changed my style to match the style of the original artwork. So with this one, I'm gonna use really loose brush strokes and make it like more impressionistic, you know, See, I'll bring it closer. It has some really great textures in it, so I want to keep those textures alive in what I add to it. My shoddy easel is having its way today. So yeah, we'll just get some blood added to the water here. The Kidner killing was one of the most violent in the early part of the movie, and I really enjoyed that bit about it. Even though apparently it was supposed to be much more gory in the original cut. Hey, what's up, SR? Thanks for joining. Alex, I appreciate the support and the kind words. Thank you so much. Just gonna add quite a bit of red to the water surrounding the raft. And you can see over here in the background I have the shark's fin. So maybe I'll do a little bit of a trail around what would be the shark's path here. And some of this should bring your eye into the rest of the painting, hopefully. So we'll see. I'd like to think that there would be quite a bit of blood. It always adds to the horrific type of art that I like to do, which is centered around horror and macabre. Hey, we met just a moment ago. Yeah, I'll clear some of that stuff away in a minute. So I lay up a lot of the so like those, but you do something else. Yeah, I change it. I change sometimes the entire painting, sometimes just a little bit of the painting. It depends on how much my mind kind of goes crazy with it. I appreciate the question, Alex. Thank you. You can see here's a Friday the 13th that I did, where I added Jason entirely over this black and white photograph of this barn. So this one was changed a great deal. Yeah, I just started. And in case you're wondering, I'm here at the market in the mill, and this is our storefront where we sell all of my art and our creative wares. And I'm at the end of this great hallway of vendors. So there's a lot happening. You'll see me kind of avert my eyes a little bit because somebody's flagging me or somebody's saying hi from down the hallway. And yeah, we're just trying to bring the spirit of creating art into the mill here and be productive at the same time while we're hanging out with friends. Hey, dude. And it's Friday, so it's a vibe, right? We're out here having a good time. Have all day. We're here until 4 today. And I'll try and stay alive as much as I can between now and then. Kind of trampled on waves here a little bit, but we'll bring them back out in a later phase of the painting. Right now I'm just kind of layering transparent colors over top of each other. So for this type of execution, I'll use a very layered approach. Let's get some more paint on the canvas. I'll start adding some detail to the back there where we have the orca in silhouette right here against the stormy skies. So I was using a bit of blue because I don't traditionally shade with pure black. I find that it marries the feel of the painting better if you reserve pure black for only the darkest moments. Definitely find that the Orca has its own like unique silhouette when it comes to shape of the boat. And hey y'all, how's it going? Thanks for coming out to the mill. And then we'll use some of that same color to shadow the shark's fin here. So he's kind of against the light source. And we'll add a little bit of shadow for the shape of the shark under the water too. You'll be able to see him in the wave here a little bit. He's a big shark. It's doing pretty much what I wanted to. I like that. And once you have a color on the canvas, you're supposed to repeat that color 3 times to please some of the automatic brain like recognitions. So whenever you lay up a color, it's a great rule of thumb to try and repeat that color 3 times in your work. There, now it looks like the boat is really there. He's chilling. And there's the shark's fin too. Now it's starting to be... My friends are stopping by. I love it here. We have the greatest little shop. I don't know if I've showed you guys the shop, but we're right here at the market in the mill, and we're having a lot of fun. Hey, Miss Margaret. Don't be a stranger. Alright, so that's starting to look a lot better. The hand needs some help. The conundrum I'm facing with the hand is I have some reference, but it's on my phone, and I'm live on my phone, so I can't see my reference. But we're gonna make it work. I've drawn plenty of hands in the past, and this one's no different. I let the fingers fall like in a real natural pose here, and that will help delineate these different digits that looked a little confusing at first. But it's just a hand. You just have to go for it. That's another thing that people tend to recognize very easily. So the better your hands, the better your art will be. Even if it's impressionistic like this. Kind of withdrawn here. And then there's actually some crabs foraging on the hand itself, so start to sketch those guys in. I think there were 2 in my reference, so we'll do 2 of them here. Kind of take a look. And then there was some seaweed and stuff down there. Could be a little complicated, could be simple. Let's keep it simple. Fishing net. And a little more seaweed over here, kind of covering up the wrist. Alright, that's already coming together. I'm going to just add a little bit of water to this shadow color that I have, this dark blue. gentleman pushing a carpet down the hall here. Sorry about the noise, but we're live, and that's what it takes. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Got some shadows happening over the water here. I will, Miss Margaret. That's my friend Miss Margaret, and she's always telling me to behave. I love her so much. She's one of the great reasons why we come to the mill here is the people. And I would totally recommend, if you're in the area, come checking it out for yourself. There's really nothing like it. It's a combination of a flea market and a craft fair and a treasure hunt, really. There's so much to see. You almost couldn't believe it. I would say that the most work to be done is in that hand, so let's just like dive right in. So for you guys that are just tuning in, my name is Mike, and this is Afterlife Studios, and I upcycle paintings. We save them from the landfill, and I add my own horrific twist, my own artwork over top of them, and today we're painting Jaws. So it's like an amalgam of different scenes in the movie. Found this really great tropical painting at Goodwill. Great frame, lots of patina, you know, it's definitely lived its life. And we're gonna add some Jaws elements to it. So I'm gonna show you up close for you guys just tuning in. I've added the partially denuded hand here. We have the stick in the surf for Pippin. We have the bloody raft from the Kidner victim. Of course, we have the shark, and back there in the distance, we have the orca. These types of paintings can be a lot of fun and very rewarding for people who don't necessarily have everyday artistic abilities, because a lot of the time, the painting kind of shows you what needs to happen. Like, this is one of my favorite types. This is a portrait of Jesus that I turned into Kurt Cobain, and you can see some of the original still bearing its head, but also I'm really proud of the leopard jacket and the pajama top in there. I use mixed media, I use whatever's in front of me, and I just like to have fun creating art. See one of my other originals up here. That's a version of The Last Supper that I turned into a Slipknot kind of band portrait. The number of apostles and the numbers in the members in the band turned out pretty perfectly. Although if you look closely, you can see I repeated Corey twice, and I added a few of the deceased members as well. So some tributes to those guys. Refreshment. I hope maybe you have some refreshments as well at home. If you are, cheers, enjoy. Alright, so next we're going to be working on this poor disembodied hand of the first victim in the movie, the nighttime swimmer. I'm actually drawing a blank on her name right now. If you're in the comments and you remember the name of the first victim, maybe you can drop it for me so I'll be better informed moving forward. So I'm mixing out some flesh color here, but since she is a shark attack victim, she's also dead, and she was also in the water, I'm gonna mix that down with some blue and with a little black. Try and get like a cadaverous grayish brown. You can see here. It's working. Looks pretty dead. I'm gonna thin it out with some water too, just to make sure that I don't overcommit to something here. You know, I like to work, especially on pieces like this, in lots of thinned down washes. So you can see now in my palette, paint's become rather translucent. And yeah, we'll just lay some on top. So the finger structure I took very loosely when I set out on this one. I'm gonna have some references that I'll be looking at, but I just wanted kind of a relaxed and kind of dead, lifeless feel. That looked a little too dark, so I'm going to pull it forward a little bit with some more of this flesh and really get these fingers ironed out as far as the pose anyway. Get this one down there. And then the thumb kind of retracted here underneath the hand. So you want it to look unnatural, and that really helps. There, now it looks like a hand. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, thank you. It's always some fun. Always people kind of hanging out around here. Again, we're at the market at the mill in Pickens, South Carolina, and it's a vibe. You know, we're out here just, hey, what's up, Tammy? Got our neighbors coming through. Everybody here at the mill is just so cool. We have a whole row of shops here, and right behind our shop, we have a sandwich shop. So if you're down here and you're visiting, you can have a snack. I recommend the grilled cheese is phenomenal. But they do all kinds of stuff. They have specials every day. They have bingo on Thursdays. It's rad. Love it here so much. So that guy's looking good. Let's get some crabs kind of drawn out. I got some black and some red here. And I like to work in an additive way. So I generally start with a base color, and then I shade on top of that, and then I add highlights on top of that. So it's like a 3-level step. And then I repeat that process again with detail. So at the moment, we'll just be kind of blocking out big shapes and rough forms. And I use a very drippy, transparent paint to do so. So these are crabs. They're starting to take the body back to nature. They've got long, spindly legs, which makes them creepy and otherworldly. And you can tell by the overall style of the painting, there's not going to be a tremendous amount of detail here. We're going to let the brush strokes shine through, and we want, in the end, something that is very natural to the work itself. So I'm going to plop out some green because I want to get into this kelp while I'm fleshing out colors here. And again, I'm not going to use straight out of the bottle. I'm going to mix my shadowy blue tone and my black and a little bit of this awesome terracotta I got for the crabs. It looks really good. That looks really good for some kelp. Try and get some dimensionality out of it. Repeat some of that color. I dipped in the black by accident there, and it'll go real dark, so works for me. Push this way into the background here. Get some dirt and some speckles. Some kelp, kind of like between the fingers would look good. It's all about repeating the colors, so it all feels like part of the same creepy little universe. I'm not mad at the paint that drips. I'm not mad at really any part during this process, because the paint's going to determine the life of the painting in the end. Got a little bit more blood happening here. Hey, Tom.
Hey, looking good.
Yeah, it'll get there. Gotta, make that hand look a little deader. But besides that, I'm really happy so far.
I think we need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. I love it. Our neighbors are the best. They really get it. Most folks out here at the market at the mill get it. I think that's what keeps us coming back the most. Add some shadow over top. Again, I'm not really mad at any part of the painting, but I do get mad at the errant little white outlines left over from my sketches. So that's the stuff that I'm trying to cover up first and foremost. You get some more seaweedy green mixed up, and keep adding some dirt and specklage. The hand is going to be the most horrific part of this painting, so we want to make sure that it's not like a beautiful hand, We want you to be able to like almost barely recognize that it's human. But it's definitely going to reach out and grab you. That's what I like to do most with my paintings, is try and maintain the feel of the movie or the work, but at the same time surprise you with some elements. And Jaws is my #1 favorite movie of all time, so I really got to hit this one hard. Now that is looking very dead. That's a great dead hand. Alright. Well, I think I need to let this layer dry, so I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna stop the stream in a minute or so, and once this dries, I'll hop back on in an hour or so. So if you're just tuning in, if this is your first time interacting with the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, but I'm happy to earn that from you. So if I go live again and you want to tune in, please do. I hope to see you around. If you liked what you saw, like and comment below. That would be great. I'll keep doing these, and I hope to see you here. So we'll finish up the Jaws 50th anniversary a little later today. And while I have you, let me take you on a little tour of some of my other work. Would that be cool? I think it'd be awesome. So, my studio here in the mill is called Afterlife Studios, and it's all about breathing life into old things. So I create art from I create art from paintings that I secure at Goodwill or on Facebook Marketplace, or sometimes even right out of the garbage. And I add horror and rock and roll pop culture motifs to them. Like, this is John Carpenter's The Fog. You have Betty Davis, Kurt Cobain, Jason Voorhees, Jabba the Hutt, Darth Vader, all kinds of stuff. And then we bring the art here to our tiny little store. It's beautiful, it's amazing, and I display my original works on this wall here. And if you come into the shop, those are a one-time buy, one price only. And then I sell prints as well. We do them online. We have a website called afterlifestudios.com. afterlifestudiosllc.com. And you can check out my work there. And then we have all kinds of other fun gifts and spooky things. Halloween all year, that's kind of our vibe. And there's always something to do. We have scavenger hunts. We gamify our store. You can bring your kids in, they can have an experience. We also upcycle clothes. So this is our black rack, guarded by our friend the Grim Reaper. Everything on that rack is below $10. You buy two, you get one free. A lot of it is priced under $5. We have our Guardian, the werewolf. Sorry, we're open. We love playing with irony and we love having fun. This is an upcycled clothing rack. This is my Trash Thrash line. Everything you see on these shirts is upcycled. The design is created from a silk screen that I found in the trash, and I add my own artwork to it. I also have a full curated rack of vintage here for you vintage hounds. Again, everything is priced low, low, low. If you love something, make us an offer. You know, it depends. We're always trying to get our art out there and try and get these things reused and upcycled, and we really appreciate it. Thanks, brother. Thanks for coming in.
He wants a dark mall, so he'll give you $100 to do it.
He said that a couple times already. All right, so I'm gonna cut the stream and we'll let this layer dry, but I'm gonna hop back on this afternoon, and I hope to see you there. Here's a look around the store. There's no reason not to come through, so come check it out. Love you guys.